How are you? Are you ready for our class? I hope you all studied the last lesson and also completed the notes. So what we learned in the last lesson? The lesson fiber to fabric. In that lesson we learned fibers are the basic unit of fabrics or cloth. Then we discussed about the types of fibers. Fibers mainly two types, natural fiber and synthetic fibers. And the natural fibers are two types, plant fiber and animal fiber. So we discussed the animal fiber, wool and silk, and the plant fiber, cotton and jute. I hope now you all can identify the types of cloth that you wear. Isn't it? Can you identify? How many of you can identify the types of cloth of our uniform? Is it natural or synthetic? It is a synthetic type of fibers. Okay, so that is a type of, which type of cloth? It is a synthetic type of cloth. Okay, so today we are going to begin the new lesson, that is chapter 4, sorting materials into groups. I am going to introduce the lesson through a small activity, a simple activity. So take your pen and paper and don't go any place, sit your place itself, and what you have to do now, just observe the things near to you and list the names of that object. Okay, so within 2 minutes you can complete that. Then, have you did? Yes. So what are the objects you wrote in the paper? May I guess? Because you are sitting on a chair, so we can start from the chair. So you wrote chair, table, door, windows, books, pen, paper, eraser, bag, cloth, umbrellas. So many are there. Okay. So next what you have to do now? Make 3 columns. In the first column, you write the objects made up of wood. The second column, write objects made up of paper. Next column, write objects made up of plastics. So you started the work now. So we can make how many columns? 3 columns. The first column we can write the objects made up of wood. Second one, object made up of paper. Next column, object made up of plastics. Okay. So I think you all are sitting on a chair. So we can start from the chair. So the chair, table, then pen pouch. So like this. Then paper, notebook, textbook, newspaper. So newspaper, then pen. These all are made up of paper. Next, plastics. Plastic also we can write chairs, plastic chairs, table, pen pouch, then pen, scale, sketch pens. So many are there. So is these items are there in your list also? So like this we can group the objects. Now we group the objects based on the materials which made up of. So here we grouped the materials made up of wood, materials made up of paper, materials made up of plastics. So now what I did, what you did, you sorted the materials into groups. You sorted the materials into groups.
Imagine you are in a department store with your parents. Your mother want to pick up groceries. Your father want to look at some paintings. You want some music CD for yourself. The three of you had in three different directions in the department store. Why? Because all the objects in the store are categorized into different sections according to their types. Such organization is convenient and leads to better management. In this lesson, we will learn in detail about the basis of classification of the material. Look around yourself. There is a variety in all the goods that we use in our lives. Clothes that we wear are of different colors such as red, blue, green, yellow, etc. The containers we use for storage vary in shape. They are cylindrical, conical, cuboidal, etc. The sofa sets and dining tables that we use in homes are made of wood or plastics. Based on the observation, we conclude that all objects have different shapes, color, and properties. All objects are made of one or more materials. Clothes are designed from cotton, linen, jute, nylon, etc. We use glass, stainless steel, or plastic crockeries in our homes. Furniture is made of wood, plastic, or even iron and stone. Leather, plastic, resin, or jute is used to make bags, shoes, and jackets. Vehicles such as scooter, cars, buses are made of steel. Therefore, we may say objects around us are made of large variety of materials. A box is a cube or cuboid, whereas a ball is a sphere. A laundry bag is cylindrical in shape, whereas washing machine is a cuboidal. Thus, we can say that we classify object on the basis of their shape as well as circular or spherical object form one group, while cubical, cuboidal, square, and rectangular object form another group. Such a classification allows us to study and analyze the properties of different shapes. The first object that you use as soon as you wake up is your toothbrush. Have you ever wondered what is it made up of? It is made up of plastics. The plate that you have your breakfast is made up of steel or plastic. The cupboard that you use to keep your books and clothes are made of iron or wood. The books that you read are made of papers. The shoes that you wear are made of leather, canvas, or resin. Thus, all objects that we use in our day-to-day life can be classified on the basis of raw material used in making.
So we can sort and group the materials based on the properties like color, size, shape, and also its uses. Okay. So today we are going to discuss about the properties of materials. Let us see the first property of the material, appearance. In our day-to-day life, we can see many objects. So, pen, paper, dust, metals, so many are there. So, among them, some of them are dull in appearance and some of them are shiny in appearance. For example, let us consider this top. You can see this is dull in appearance. But this is a steel rod. This is the steel rod, but it is shiny in appearance. Shiny appearance is also called, it shows the metallic luster. So the shiny appearance also shown by the metals. Freshly cut pieces of metals, and some metals they shows this metallic luster. So appearance is one of the properties of the metals. Then the next property is hardness and softness. We know that some objects. See this rod, this steel rod you can see. If I try to bend, it is not possible because it is very hard object. So the materials which cannot be compressed or scratched very easily are called hard object. For example, iron, steel, etc. Then here you can see a cute teddy. This is made up of sponge. So if I try to compress, I can easily compress. Okay. So the materials which can be compressed or scratched very easily are called soft materials. Okay. Example, cotton, sponge and all. Then next we can see the next property. Some materials are or some substances are soluble in water and some of them are insoluble in water. So let us explain this through an activity. We know that some objects are soluble in water and some of them are not soluble in water or not dissolved in water. So let us do a small activity. So here I used, this is a salt, common salt, and this is a cup of water. So now I took water and I added some salt into this water. Okay. So when after stirring it, you can observe it. Where does it go? What happened to the salt? The salt is dissolved in water. So we can say that salt is a what type of substance? It is a soluble substance and salt is soluble in water. Okay. Then instead of salt, I am going to add some sand. Okay. I am going to add some sand in water. So what will happen? Is it dissolving? So after adding the salt, we know that the glass is transparent. But after adding the sand, is it transparent? No, it is not dissolving in the water. So the substance which dissolved in water are called soluble substances and the substances which do not dissolve in water are called insoluble substances. Okay.
Let us summarize what we have learned. Objects around us are of different shapes, color and state. Objects are made of different materials. Objects can be classified on the basis of their shapes and color. They can be classified on the basis of the state of their matter. Yet another basis of classification is the raw material used to create objects. Sorting objects allows us to locate them easily. Sorting objects also allows us to study their properties. Objects and materials they are made of. Here the first column objects are given. That is plate, pen, chair, table, bag, door, all. So materials they are made of. Plate is made of steel, glass, plastic, paper. Sometimes leaf also we can use to make the plate. Pen. Plastic, paper, metal and wood. Chair. Wood, plastic, metal and steel. Table. Wood, glass, metal, steel, plastic, stones. Bag. Cloth, leather, plastic. Door. Wood, steel, plastic. Some more items are there. You can add more items. Properties of material. First property, appearance. Materials like iron, copper, aluminium and gold are shiny in appearance, and materials like paper, cardboard and wood are dull in appearance. Luster. Some metals or freshly cut surfaces of metals are shiny in appearance. This is called metallic luster. Example, iron, silver, copper. Hard and soft materials. Materials which are difficult to compress are called hard materials.
Example, iron, steel. Materials which can be compressed or scratched easily are called soft materials. Example, cotton, sponge. Soluble and insoluble substances. Substances which can dissolve in water are called soluble substances, and substances which do not dissolve in water are called insoluble substances. Examples: salt and sugar are the examples of soluble substances. Sand, sawdust and chalk powder are the examples of insoluble substances. Worksheet. Complete the table. Here some materials are given and objects made of these materials also given. So complete the table item from the third items onwards complete. That is leather, plastic, cotton. You can add some more materials and fill the objects made of these materials also. Next, what do you mean by metallic luster? What are hard and soft objects? Define the following: soluble substances, insoluble substances. Give any two examples of the following: hard object, soft objects, soluble substance and insoluble substance. So complete the notes, study well. Thank you. Have a wonderful day.